Beautiful way to start, everybody. Beautiful way to start. Now he's choking. That's even worse the way that sounds. Oh. Well, all right then. No. So okay, we're gonna get we're gonna be banned in the next 5 minutes. So let's go and get this underway. So welcome for any returning people listening slash watching, which in this case is only so far one person, which not gonna call out any names. Look at her. But yeah. So welcome back. Where last time we turned into the political ensemble, which that was fun, and this time not so much. Yet we we have a very big tendency to just to change things up out of nowhere, just out of nowhere. Just like, pretty much. Yeah, we're that good where we just go off topic the entire time. If that wasn't already a podcast name, it would have been ours. It's already a name, so we can't take it. No, no, stop it. Okay. Mm, okay. So, anyways, uh, so to, yeah, so today we're probably not gonna have too much of a crazy enough thing to go for. One thing we haven't really done that I've actually thought like, if I ever make these into just audio clips, which to be honest, like I said, I'm probably just going to straight up take the audio from the streams and just upload it straight like that, not actually editing out any huge spaces or anything. Just like screw it, it's just how it works. But I was just thinking like, for any random people out there, be like, who are these people who are talking? They never say who they. And then there's other people on other podcasts. They do that literally every episode introduction. So should we start that? I mean, hey, look at the title, man. Mine especially. Mine especially. But anyways, if the title wasn't already a good enough thing, and if any other thing wasn't a clue, you know, I'm obviously Nexus. That guy over there is Swede, or whatever he wants to call himself. Who knows? We could all be in a simulation. It could just be like the Matrix, man. You never know. This could all be fake. It's all about watching Minecraft these days, guys. If you don't stream or upload stuff on Minecraft, you're not worth it. Ugh, no. Now it's Minecraft. I'm like, whatever. You do you. Is I mean, it's nice enough. Still kind of big. I mean, I still see it everywhere. I just figured out they freaking made a Fortnite book, like a legitimate Fortnite book, in that's officially published and everything. I freaking went to Walmart or some yesterday or the day before, and I was just passing by the book section. I look over, I'm like, there's a freaking Fortnite book there. What the hell? Why the hell would I buy that? Yes. Let me start a new segment called, book reviews, and I will review just Fortnite books, just to show how terrible how terrible I think the game is. Sounds like a plan. So please watch my video, give it a like, subscribe. Be sure to click that dang bell for once, please. I need the views. No. Yeah. What you talking about? I think it's not the problem that I need to make good content. It's the problem that I need to make content. Okay. Yeah, yeah. I need to start uploading the content. I have plenty of made content just sitting on a hard drive. Well, I'm sorry. Okay. Well, technically, we kind of have. We don't have to go into actual topics. I mean, it is a podcast, something we've been like avoiding for 7 episodes straight, where we just go straight into scripted content, or kind of. It's like, okay, we're talking about the topics. We don't necessarily talk about just random stuff that comes out of our heads. The only time we do, well, I know, but I mean, it's still better to just like actually go randomly off instead of, or just have a random freaking conversation instead of, hey, let's talk about the specific thing right away. I mean, yeah, that could happen in the middle, but I'm just saying right there at the beginning. That's me. That was me. I said, that's nice. It's nice. I can talk in not that very much higher of a pitch. It's really not that much. Okay, now we just need to refrain from saying those that phrase for the next like 10 minutes, otherwise we are banned. Okay, let's just let's move on. Let's move on. So, okay, that's because it never gets monetized in the first place. Yeah. You know what? Actually, you know what? Here, I don't think I actually got the chance to rant this on here. I didn't. No, I did. I didn't do that last time. So you know what? Sure, let's go ahead and do that little trash bit. So everybody who came here for us to trash something, well, I'm about to trash something that has personally happened to me twice now, which is pure bullshit. So yeah, I can kind of get that one, but the other one made no sense. So for context, I feel like it did say it, but mainly because I've told so many people about it already, and it's on my Twitter like crazy. So if you if you are like the if you like the 3 people who actually interact with me on Twitter, which chances are you're not watching me on here because I'm pretty sure those people only talk to me on there. So yeah. So yeah, before when I did my last stream of Black Ops 2, I obviously beat the entire campaign, and as you know, at the end of that campaign is the Avenged Sevenfold Carry On music video. At the time, I had no idea that that was the actual official music video that they used the in-game engine for. Didn't know that. All I knew was, hey, it has a copyrighted song, so I can watch this scene and then skip the song. No problem. So then later, when the stream archive goes up, I find out, oh, hey, my video has been completely blocked worldwide. Yay, all because I had that in it. I'm like, okay, well, they couldn't just monetize it. They wanted to block it. Okay, that's really stupid. And for the longest time, it wouldn't even show a freaking video editor. I mean, I was like trying to find the thing so I could just cut that part out, but nope. When I tried downloading the video and re-uploading it, it only got to an hour. So that didn't work either. And then we skip ahead a little bit further. When I decided to do the Clone Hero stream in the new setlist that came out, it had a Avenged Sevenfold song in it. Guess what happened? Blocked again. What's even worse, what's really the worst part about that is the fact that all the other songs that I played, pretty much most of them were copyrighted. You know, were copywritten, or however you're going to say that word. Copyright. That's not copyrighted, I guess. But yeah, just point is, I was trying to say the plural of it, but yeah. Uh, all of those were set to monetize and get ads out of it. So basically, that I'm perfectly okay with. If some music owner or like label company, whatever, just if they want to monetize their content on my channel, that's fine because it's theirs in the first place. That's okay. But block it for no freaking reason, no sense. So calling you out, Hopeless Records, which apparently I guess holds the like licenses for Avenged Sevenfold music, you block every video that you come across that has the music in it. And you just blocked a video and stopped tons of other companies from getting their money from me. So that's kind of stupid on your part. Well, it wasn't that it was offensive or anything. It was just that it was an actual copyrighted content. That was just it. That's the only reason why. Yeah, I mean, I get in specific countries that didn't get blocked. That's fine, I guess, which I've had happen at times. I've had that. What's even worse is I've had like a bunch of like blocks from different countries, and I have never heard of any of the countries. I'm like, I look at my list, I'm like, the hell are these countries? Like, I don't. Oh God, yeah, I just. Yeah, I don't know where those countries are from that I got blocks in. Like, I don't know if it was in like Africa or South America or something. Just like just different kind of names and everything. I'm like, where are these countries from? Like, I don't even know. I mean, it could have been some other place too, but I cannot say. At this rate, because we're about to like move, you know, like soon enough when the world gets into space, we're gonna have copyright blocks that are gonna be blocked in space. So we're gonna have literally, or so it's just gonna be like, oh, you're your wow, yeah, it's like your content is blocked on is like blocked in the United States, in Japan, in Russia, in the ISS, whatever the hell. Yeah, that's what it is, ISS. But it's like there's that, and also you've just been blocked on Mars. Like, the entire Mars is not allowed to watch my content when maybe only a portion of Mars is being used to live on. Okay, that's cool. Right. No one is allowed. You can't piggyback on our satellites if it's blocked in the first place. Like, I just thought of a friggin' aliens trying to use a VPN. How the hell is that gonna work? Oh, damn. I need to freaking turn that off. Streamlabs, what are you doing? Just, okay. I don't think it cares if you use f bombs, but I guess it cares if you use. All right, I gotta take that off soon. Just I guess just refrain from using that word for now, and next time it'll just be gone. Yes. Yeah. Wow. I was gonna add some to that, and then I looked back at the chat. I'm like, oh, okay, because well, I mean, hey, kind of. I mean, it's kind of our fault for trying to freaking make automatons and all the other crap. Pretty much. Mm, yeah. Let's not talk too much about the game that I have not seen anything on. Yeah. Why they get it first? Oh my god. Okay. While we're you're my god, while we're here, I am gonna have to go to the freaking cloud bot real quick and fix that crap because it's making me mad just looking at it. Like, Jesus, Streamlabs, come on. God. There's so many stupid conspiracy theories that are just out there, honestly. I mean, I really don't understand them. There's that. Hmm. Yeah, I'm adding. I'm fixing this. So, by the way, that should no longer happen. Yeah, that should no longer happen. No, it's because it had the default blacklist turned on. I turned it off. So now that's no longer on, and now I am setting my own words that I don't want said. Mainly just slurs and such. No, mainly just slurs. You keep saying it, I'm gonna add it. Right. I mean, add a few words. I'll add more later. We're in a bit of a thing. Mm. It can't be as bad as my Discord bot. Remember what that did before when this guy took a picture of like what was it, like a plane, like a, I don't remember what it was, like I think it was a helicopter cockpit. I don't remember what it was, but something like that. But because he used the word cockpit, just that first word in that, like the first part of that word is what triggered Dino's like thing. He's just like, no, no, wrong word, foul language. It's just like, I mean, come on. It's just like, oh, you have relative word thing turned on. Like, there's a few of random words though. Well, I have never heard of anybody with those names, but okay. Well, that's fine. That makes sense. Dick, that's a actual like popular name, especially a good nickname for somebody if their name is Richard. People, if your name is Richard, your nickname is Dick. It's a thing. Like Bill and Bob. No, Bill and William. That's what it was. If your name's William, then it's like Bill. Uh, what's Bob from? Like something that makes you say Bob instead. No, no, yeah. There's a number. There's a name that you have, and you say Bob as the nickname for it. I don't. Oh, Robert. That's what it is. If your name is Robert, then Bob is a nickname. I don't know. It's just like a set list. Like I said, William is Bill, Robert is Bob, Richard is Dick. I don't know. I mean, Bill is another thing. I don't know. It's weird. I don't know. It's the thing. Like people will randomly just call people Bill if their name is William, or vice versa. I don't know. It's weird. I wonder who thought of that. Honestly, what if it's their actual name? Okay, fine. But then you just have like no, your just name's Dick. Like okay. I mean, that's about right. And what? What? Oh my god, is it doing this again? Ugh. That's not even in my words. That's why. Freaking turn off again. Damn piece of crap. I did. I turned it off and I pressed save, and then I looked at the top right. It's like, oh, it's saved. And then when I go back to it, it's like, oh no, it's back on again. Like, you, it's fine now. God, this stupid. I know. Let me go to YouTube just to make sure that this is still live. Yep, we're good. All right. Yeah, it's fine now. If for some reason you get timed out or anything, just you know, message in the Discord server and I'll untime you out because that shouldn't happen. Right? Oh, I don't know. This is just a derail. Like, okay. See, that's another thing because I'll have to read it because the thing about my podcast setup is that I don't have the chat involved because the original purpose of it was not to read unless we were like in the middle of topics or there was something that was said in the chat that would actually be like worth talking about. So yeah, so I'm gonna have to read it because I don't have the overlay on screen. So basically, Hilligan was just saying that Streamlabs and Dino are having an affair because we were mentioning that both of them are having freaking issues with please refrain from using foul language. Like, dude, this is not a family friendly channel. It is like 17. I said it as like 17 and up because that's just my usual thing. It's just like that is the usual thing anyway. I have freaking what you would call mature content. So yeah, if you don't like here, mature is 17, and then adult is 18 and up. Yeah, it's not a Christian channel, that's for sure. See, that's another thing I don't understand either, because in like the movie system here, it's like, we have rated R, and you would think that would be able to have like 18 and up type of content. But no, that's NC 17. Actually, no, I think what that is basically like rated R would basically be like you have something that could be like incredibly gruesome or whatever, and then you can still have your kids in. I don't know if that's the case, but basically, like with that, you can have like a parent can bring their own kid to a rated R thing because you're a kid, you have to freaking learn how to parent, so you do that. And then when you have NC 17, you have to be 17 or up in order to go. There is no bringing a having like a supervisor or whatever. You are breaking a lot there, buddy. Discord, come back. Mm-hmm. To me, I just like drop all rating, honestly. There's some ratings make sense. I mean, look at it this way. They're freaking making a Dora the Explorer movie, which by the way is a PG like or no, it's like a G uh like rated cartoon. It's like a G rated cartoon, maybe PG, I don't know, but I think it's just G. Uh very sure on that. So that is a cartoon that is that. So it is like for little kids or toddlers. It's like that little market. But then we have the Dora the Explorer movie that's coming out. That's live action, and then you have Dora that just pull out a knife out of nowhere, and like that's the thing. Like okay, okay. So yeah. Well, there's two episodes. Okay, no, there's like one, 5 episodes. Okay, okay, so 7 episodes because you had that one episode that was, the gory one and all that crap. Yeah, that is a M. Kind of, but that's the thing. They don't really show it. The main thing that's shown is just blood. Like there is blood shown in that point. You got issues. You just go. This isn't your show. So basically, it's Matrix again. If you die in the Matrix, you you die for real because your mind can't live. Wait, yeah, your body can't live without the mind. Eh? That's a cool. I never watched the movies first. There's only one episode. There's only one episode of that day. We're talking about the first actual season, so in that case, yeah, okay. We'll say this for example. There is four, maybe 4 episodes that should not even be included or should be rewritten. One of which is only in your opinion. Because me, I could care less. Yeah, that episode. You just want to get rid of that entirely. Hmm. See, this is a good thing for you because spoiler alert, which I'm not even gonna put up the warning because it's a very quick thing, so you could just mute for like 5 seconds on Sword Art Online Abridged if you haven't seen that. Very funny thing. It's on YouTube, free. You should go watch it. Very funny. Makes fun of it a lot. Yeah, we did. Except for the last 2 episodes because I went to sleep and you watched the rest, so good. But still, good show. Go watch. I'll just, you know, I'll say it. But anyway, okay. So the good thing about that show is I don't think they could be bringing Silica back because they kind of made it seem like she's gonna really hate him. So good for you. He probably wants to see her. I'm sure there's definitely people who do, but I'm just saying. Yeah, let's not go there. Let's not go to that side of the internet today. Uh, no, we were just talking about her as you thinking she's just a bad character, not as what the bad side of the internet thought of her. We're not going there. And in reality, I wasn't really going to talk about it. here on the podcast? Because I'm like, we kind of went through it like last time and the time before, sort of, or a couple times before maybe. But yeah, Halo Gamer bringing up of the news of the new shooting that happened. Like, yeah, that did happen. Hmm. No, this one. Okay, okay. I didn't really read about the shooting. I just know that it happened in. I think it happened in Texas, and the thing is about it is that I forgot what it was like. Was it like the governor or something? Hold on, it's literally right on the front page of Twitter. I can literally just tell this. Hold on. No, the governor did not do that. Oh, probably was a shooter known. This. Okay, here we go. No, no, this was just a lawmake thing in Texas. It was just a law deal. But I think it was something about the shooting in Odessa, which I don't know about. But anyway, some a Texas lawmaker that will not doesn't agree with adding gun restrictions to the law. I would well, no, it's not. It's not the fact of like making sure these certain guns don't go out. It's the fact of who gets them is what I'm talking about. He's saying no to mental screenings, not to that. Just to check the person to see if they're okay. That's it. That's all I really think people should do is that they should just have like a mental check or have like a psych evaluation. Like, do you have a psych evaluation? You need that. How many people are in your house? And uh, just basically, like, what are people that live with you more so, and like, what is their mental like situation? Because if you're all good, then okay, hey, have a gun around. I mean, it's you can get one, but if one of you are not good, then no gun at all. You have to move somewhere else or get that person out. Hmm? Oh. Oh, the shooting was about guys. What was it? Stopped on a traffic stop and then started shooting stuff. Yeah, yeah. I don't know. People are really dumb. No. I mean, in reality, this bit isn't about politics. It's just, it's topical. poor, poor everybody else. My fellow, whatever we're called. I forgot our names. Damn it! I gotta look up the dang name now. Okay, but yeah, we're not really gonna go too much into it. Ouch. We're not really gonna go too much into it because honestly, I just don't really want to go into that kind of topic today because that was last time's topic to go into like violence and video games and shootings and stuff. So kind of skip around to that. Oh, and what I was saying before the thing is, my fellow INFPs. Sorry guys, if you know, if that's you or something, and you just, yeah, no video games for you. You can't have your way to escape from the world. By the way, INFP is basically another way. I mean, there's more to it. I just don't know what it fully says. I just know the I, and it's obviously meaning introvert. I should just in the other stuff, just random. Yeah. That's the truth. I mean, I would say that there are obviously introverted people. I mean, me, I'm that. But just I have like a tendency to become a little bit extroverted when it comes to, well, no, that's still introverted actually. You can still be an introvert, but have like a very fun time with friends or something and like seem like you're outgoing, but then it's like, nope, gotta recharge. You know, I could definitely agree with that. But that's another thing with hmm, here's another thing that Halo Gamer brings up that actually makes sense. So obviously, saying that basically that what is it? He's made more friends like from games and stuff than real life, which me basically same way because yeah, I what about me just says, hey, be my friend, or like, hey, I want to be friends with that guy, just like see me out there randomly, or some other thing I'm doing. When it comes to games, I at least get something, some kind of like friends out of it. I mean, it's even funny. That's how it works for me sometimes in real life. Is that someone has to know I play games? Like, oh hey, friend. That's how me and Architect started being friends. Because literally, it's just like, oh hey, you play games? Yeah, sure. All right, cool, friends. Yeah, because it's different. Is the thing. It's just like it's new. It's different. It's something that like the boomer generation and stuff like that. Like, they just don't understand the whole like, what does this do for you? Like, I don't know. It's just they think it's just a waste of time. You're not socializing with anybody. You need to get out there and do stuff, not sit in a chair or wherever at a desk and just be online or whatever. But in reality, you do have a lot of stuff online that is actually pretty good. I mean, I agree. You need to go. Some people need to get out some, but you need to get out. I'm saying you might need to get out a little bit there, buddy. Probably somewhere else other than Sweden, but so just get out a little bit, and yeah. But regardless, what the hell's the problem with gaming or wanting to do content creation? Pretty much. It's like, I mean, hey, in this way, you could play. We'll say for sports, for example, like, oh, hey, you like football or soccer or football, however you want to pronounce that one, or whatever else. Then you're like, oh, hey, I want to play that. You go out and play it physically. You're probably going to get a concussion or some major injuries in some way or another. You play it on a game, you're perfectly safe. The only thing that's going to happen there is you're probably going to throw a controller because you missed the goal and the other team won. So it sucks for you. Yeah, but I don't think that's the thing people really want to do. It's like, oh hey, I just I really really want to go to this. Like, yeah, but that's a different thing. It's just like that's actually the idea of wanting to protect in some way or do that. Okay, now you just sound like those. I forgot what it's called. It's an actual phobia where you're afraid to go outside because you're gonna get hurt in some way. No, I know you're not, but I'm saying like you're making this conversation is starting to turn that way, where it's like we're talking about that phobia. Bruh, if we're gonna be deployed for alien invasion, sign me up. I'm in. I mean, hey, it's good enough. You get some idea. I mean, you have to play that, or you can play Mass Effect, or uh, what's some other games I deal with aliens? Aliens, literally, literally. There's a few, but I just thought about that. I was like, what other games deal with aliens? And then I thought about them. I'm like, oh yeah, aliens. There's games for that, for that series. No, Mass Effect, which I need to get more into. People say just watch the first game and play the other two because I have all three. Well, I don't have the newest one, but I don't have that one. I mean, I can easily get it because it's like really cheap now. Yeah, but I don't at the moment. But I'm saying it's like it's very cheap. It's like $5 or something at a store. No, because at the moment I don't want the game. So whatever. Anyways, let's continue. Huh. See, this is what a podcast should be. This is what a podcast should be, where we don't have these set topics. Like, this is why at the top of my topics, like, document, I literally said, these are ideas, none of which have to be done. So, literally just keep talking about wait, which one? I don't know. There's two of them that are very, and then there's one of them that's like, ooh. I mean, people already know about it, but still. Which one we at about? Is it? Oh, yeah, I noticed. Twisted Peppers. Welcome and thank you for the follow. Wow. Your brain is not connected to be able to read that. That is, that's not a very complex name, man. Come on. It's easy to read. Your brain just wouldn't, your brain would not let your eyes look just like an inch downward, just like, dink. Not an inch. Too late. He does. Anyway. All right. So let's just not say the word right now. I don't need more reasons to get kicked off. Damn jabroni. And that's just sad. At this point, with them making like different shows of it, I'm just like, I just don't really see the point in referencing the old ones. Just like, meh. It's just like a plot point reference. Like, just say to like, dude, that's like at the end. Isn't that like in the last episode or something? Like, you actually have that, or is it in another show that does that? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like it's the very freaking last episode, and that's not a spoiler because the show's been out for a while. I haven't even seen that entire show, and I know that because it's literally right. It was literally a recommended thing for like the longest damn time. Anyway, what is the topic you were wanting me to do? This is gonna be very fun. I don't. This is gonna be the probably the shortest topic because honestly, yeah, we have a lot of different views on this one. Mm. I mean, I wouldn't really call it most. That's the thing. And no, it's not because it should. See, this, okay. I want to go ahead and just start this whole deal right here and now. So, obviously, you want me to talk about BBC? Yep, totally. Let's start talking about Doctor Who. No, let's just start talking about BBC. Let's get some Doctor Who in here. That show needs to come back in better ways. Anyway, no, it's on the 13th. Well, no, they're technically on like a. I mean, they're technically on the. This would be the 13th Doctor that they're currently on right now, so that's a different thing. But anyway, uh, back to original topic. So yeah, uh, the topic obviously is dub versus sub, as you probably could have already told, or could have already mentioned before. So the thing really is that the reason why I put this as a topic is mainly because it's kind of become more of a thing lately. More people are starting to talk more about like that again, like going back to that. Like, okay, don't know why. It's kind of over and done. You like it, you like it. You don't. But then it's like, okay, now it's back. So it's resurfaced out of nowhere. Like people are starting to argue about it again. Like, why? We get it. You want to listen to it in your native language, or you want to listen to it in a language you sure as hell don't understand, but you want to read it, or you want to listen to the language that you do now understand, but you just find it better. Or you're just this guy and you just find it better. Because, Weebro Otaku. Have your fun. Yeah, I see that. Says the unprofessional gamer. Oh, oh, wait, that doesn't even go back. Damn, okay, that did okay. That has nothing to do with what we're on about, but okay. All right. So, so to go back about, dub and sub. Right. So to explain for anyone who obviously doesn't know, who doesn't watch anime or something, or they're like new to it and just don't understand the definition of dub and sub. So in this case, it's basically it's the original Japanese language, but they put your language subtitles over top of it. So there's that. And a lot of people prefer it that way because in many different reasons. One, they either just like the voices better, which that I could perfectly understand. If you like the voices better, that's you. It's your opinion. Go for it. Then there's the other people who are just like, well, it's better that way. That it should be that way. That everything should be in its original language and should watch it that way. Yes, I'm personally attacking Sweden this way. Because come on, it's not fake. How can you say that's fake? It's a different take. That is it. That is the point of a dub. Is that it's just a different take in a different language. There is no fake. It's not a copycat. It's just how it goes. Not all. No, not that many. Honestly, I don't know who was saying most in that. I'm saying that it would help in reference to their character. It makes sense, but then there's a lot of people who just don't. Like any new actor, either a dub actor or sub actor, they just like, they get the job and they just go for it. Well, that's not what everybody does, and at the same time, they don't need to in order for it to be good. You don't need to know the character. You don't need to know the character in order to go for it. You don't need to know the source material in order to be a part of some kind of similar project. A lot of people think you do. You really don't. You just need to be the voice that can act. That can actually sound like a real person, not like you're just straight reading from a piece of paper. Because it's just reference. Like all you have to do, I mean, literally, that's just what the director tells you. Or the director could just tell you like how it's supposed to be in a way. Like you get voice references, like say this person has like a higher pitch type of voice, or this person has like a low pitch. It's like mid range, low range, whatever. Or this person's like an energetic type of character, or a I don't know, just something, or an angry person. It just you get those type of little asides you have to pay attention to. Trust me, there's a lot of angry people when it comes to English dub. There's just a ton. You just have to find them in certain ones. But then you also have in some of the sub ones, just sounds kind of weird. It is an old anime. What do you expect? I mean, it is that, like I said, it's an older one. Plus, it's just like I don't know, it's a more of a serious thing. There was no real joking to it most of the time. So it was like trying to be an overall serious thing. So the tone was kind of set. And changing the tone wouldn't really work well. Well, here's the thing for you, buddy. That's all well and good. Would you like a medal for that? No? Okay, let's keep going. So, point overall. Well, that's the thing when it comes to new thing. Like, a lot of people don't always like to just constantly look at the screen to watch a show. Sometimes you don't have to. It's just the point that if you're gonna look away, like you can have like the voice of like in your language, so you can actually understand without having to look at the screen at all, and you can perfectly tell. I mean, sometimes yes, but it's other times no. You don't. You could just basically hear it, and you know everything that's gonna go on. I'm just saying that at times you don't have to. I'm saying say that randomly you are not even going to look at the screen for maybe 5 or 10 minutes because you're having to do something, but you still understand, and you just look back up, or just a few minutes of something you have to do real quick. Yes, because a lot of people are clearly able to pause things. You're talking to the internet here who have the worst attention span ever. They have worse than a fly, and flies have horrible. So, yeah, no. You cannot you cannot get them to stay attentive to anything. Okay. Also, here's another thing I just randomly got to mention now. There are also people who obviously absolutely hate anime completely, which you know what that is, your complete choice. But I want to say this right now. So, Halo gamer, I assume you're someone who does hate anime because it kind of seems that way. So let me say this. Obviously, you play Halo. That's a given. That's where you found me. Was me when I was streaming that, I believe. So there's that. Did you watch Halo Legends and did you like it? That is the thing I'm going to ask right now, and I will wait to hear that answer. Well, before I continue talking about it, I'll talk about other stuff in the meantime. You let me know. Anyway, so yeah, dub and sub. Point overall, it's overall just a preference, and it's all subjective. There is no full-on proof which is better. Obviously, it's just whatever the hell people think. But I'm just saying that honestly, dub is not as bad as a lot of the sub people give it credit for. A lot of times they're watching the older shows, and it's just like, oh god, it's terrible. It's just like, what? That's not cheating. That's an actual anime. Halo Legends is an anime. Absolutely is. All an anime is just an animated Japanese thing. That's it. I mean, that's all anime is just a Japanese animation. There's literally no difference to it. I mean, they do have their certain styles, so that's why there's a certain style to animes because most of the time Japan has its own culture and its style that it goes for. But it's just the fact of that. That is not an anime, and that it is because it really feels like one. Yeah, it's a well that is another thing. Like that we I kind of still kind of count those as anime for some weird reason, but that's just me. I mean, they're not, but I count them because like I have that and other things I'm in American like anime. It just seems like that. Yeah, I don't know, but regardless, yeah, it's the same thing. I mean, it's technically told like it's just an animation, but at the same time, a lot of people will reference it as American made anime, which the thing is, it actually is closer to that now because they do have a Japanese version of it. Don't know why, but they wanted to make a one with Japanese voices, which is not at all caught up, but it's there. I mean, okay. See, now that's just perfectly fine. That is okay. It you actually, yeah, that entire reason is literally perfectly okay. You don't like anime mainly just because the way that the fan base is. That I can perfectly understand because fan bases and a lot of things are terrible. There, I will admit that. I am okay. I'll say this: when it comes to original of the original show, obviously a lot of people more of Z, they're crazy for that. But I'm just saying in general that when it comes to it, yeah, sure, I'm a pretty big Dragon Ball fan too. But it's just like I don't really like the people. I don't like the freaking community a lot because it's just like a bunch of toxic freaks that go too crazy into it. Like, oh, the big power level, but gee, there's red and white. I don't really care about a damn power level. Can you just freaking go to the show? Shut up. Yeah, they're like, oh, Dragon Ball's the best anime ever, Dragon Ball Z, and I'm like, no. See, that's the thing. That's the thing that only people will watch is Dragon Ball. Like, oh, it's the best ever. Like, what else have you watched? It's just like, I don't know, Dragon Ball. It's like, It's even worse when you have people who watch the basic ones that really piss me off. It's just like, oh, this is the best one ever. It's like, what all have you watched? It's like, I watched, the My Hero Academia, watched freaking Full Metal, watched this. I'm like, those are literally the most basic titles you could ever find on the front page of an anime website. I mean, I agree. FMA is like, yeah, that was the one I was thinking of. Naruto, One Piece, Fairy Tail, all that other crap. Just like that's the most basic ones you could think of. What are you going? Yeah. Mm. I'll agree if somebody says that FMA Brotherhood's the best. I'm like, you know what? I'll kind of agree with that so far. I'm not gonna say it's the best of all time because I don't know. I would say it's the best for me right now. That's the thing about a show. I want something that's kind of like good on the story and not like, oh hey, we're gonna have a few episodes of this filler. Good, we're back to the story. Filler. It's like, can you just stick to the story, please? Like, I get if it's like a story that's like going along with like a manga being made right away. It's like, okay, you kind of have to put filler because you're kind of going back and forth trying to catch up with each other. But it's just like, just no. Or just how about this? Wait till that manga gets up to like maybe 70 chapters or something, or just like somewhere like a good number of chapters, then start making the show. Because then you have time to make up for. Oh, I'm gonna be the winner here. No, I think you're gonna be the loser. Ha ha! You'll eat those words. Like, okay, dude, can you just get better at your trash talk for once? And then you have the guy in the background just like, oh hey, here is. It's like it's just like, oh, I don't know. It's like, oh hey, activate trap card. It does this. Like I have to explain it to you because for some reason you absolutely have no. You seem to be a seasoned children card game player. Seasoned duelist. You totally know how to play this, but I'm gonna explain to you anyway. And then you got the people on the side just like, so he just played that card. That must mean he's trying to do this. Like can you just shut up with the exposition already? Can I just watch these guys just freaking playing a children's card game? we need story out of characters who clearly have only been reading lore websites like a freaking wiki page. I seriously think that's where they're getting all their information from. Come on. I do. Yeah, I said. Yeah. And then you have some reason, like I think this happened either just in the dub or something happened, but they explained the description of pot of greed like in five different ways. Like, what is it? What does it do then at this point? I know what it does. I know what it does. It's just the fact that they say so many different descriptions of what it does, and I'm like, do you know what it does or not? Uh, yeah, but, yeah, yeah. Uh, I already answered it, but when I say it again, just to be sure that you heard me. Uh, Hello Game also mentions of do we watch Rooster Teeth anime? I do. I, they actually have some pretty good shows. I mean, some you could just say are just cartoons or animations. Yeah, but by the way, it's pronounced Ruby. Don't know why in the hell does RWBY say Ruby, just because the main character's name is Ruby. Because hell, that's not freaking confusing. But yeah, it's totally Ruby, not Wubby or whatever the hell. What's this? I mean, it is that is a good show. It's a little slow in the beginning, but then it gets good, and it gets a little slow at some points. I don't. It's good. Then of course they have the new one. I think like the newest that they have would be Genlock, which is on Crunchyroll, by the way. So that's pretty good. The sad thing about that is like, okay, it does have long episodes, but I think it only has like 8 episodes. Oh, when it comes to Ruby, yeah, it. Oh, yeah, they do have actual like they do straight to DVD on a lot of stuff. Like they'll have like the first season movie or like that as movie, and it's a lot easier just to put that as a full thing rather than doing individual videos, which are like 15 minutes or something. When you could just have like the full 2 hour feature. That's the thing about those shows. Like it's just like that is good because I'd say that's one reason why it's kind of good with it because like they're very short. So if you're up to those, they're pretty short and it's fine. Uh, anyway, way off topic into just random anime stuff, but point being though, I, oh I know. I mean, right, there's not much we can really say much when it comes to dub versus sub. I just basically brought it in for the hell of it. There really was no reason to have it. For me, dub is better most of the time, but there is plenty of shows where sub is completely better. You know, mostly just basically Attack on Titan because I cannot stand dub. Which, granted, I only watched a few minutes of the first episode, which could be the reason. But yeah, somebody told me today, like I was mentioning that to them. I was mentioning that to them, like, oh hey, I wanna. It's like, oh, I don't like the dub to Attack on Titan. Like, oh, I like it. It's good. And I'm like, it just voices fell flat. I don't like it. like I I think it's the main is the one that you're on about. Uh, is wait, what? Out of time, so I don't know what you're. I think we ran into some technical difficulties. Yeah, I think it was. No. Oh, hey, you come back. We able to hear now? Oh God, it is way behind. Oh man, the his volume is like super far behind. The main character of Noragami? No, no, that's not the main character. That well, I guess that'd be like the side main character. I don't know how you said that. I guess it'd be A. That's Yukine. It's Yukine. I'm just letting you know how it's pronounced. I'm Japanese, but okay. Same time. But you know, huh? That joke. Anyway, don't die. Wow. Okay. So apparently you got abducted by aliens a second ago because I couldn't hear you for the longest time, and then it got super. What you were saying? So yeah. Oh, I can't even tell your ping. Hmm. Anyway. Here we go. That's so I can see that up close. I think it was like 34. Oh. Yeah, you could have given us a middle ground like UK or something. I know, but I'm saying like give us a middle ground. That is a middle ground for us. I know it's the server. You have to change the server's location in order to get a different area. Anyway, that's basically all we could basically say about the whole dub versus sub deal. Anyway, because yeah, it's not much to say other than the fact that we have our opinions and everyone does. We're not really trying to trash anybody who hates or that likes the other one over the other. It's just our thing, I guess. Me, I like dub because I don't know. Mostly, I just like a lot of the voice actors that are on it, and I can always just pick one out of nowhere. It's like, oh hey, I'm watching this new show, and oh I know that one, I know that one, I know that one. Just yeah, it's kind of a fun game for me. I hate that. I had to agree with you there. I hate that. I hate when they dub over any music, which is why I hate freaking the Dragon Ball stuff. Like that's the only thing I hate. Like I'll randomly say for anyone who doesn't watch, obviously, but Dragon Ball Super, uh, it's obviously a very long one. It's like 130 something episodes, but basically, what's not that is like not canon. It's just that they have different canons. Like it's kind of weird. Like the anime is like they have their own canon in a sense. The anime kind of has its the one that people follow on the most, but the manga follows its own within the same story boundary. Like okay, the it'll still have the same arcs where it's like okay, this happens in this. This is the villain. This is the story plot, but anything within that changes between the art, the manga and the anime. So it just be whatever they want. Just keeps going. Yeah. But when you have pretty much Dragon Ball is not a kid show. I mean, it technically is because I mean, a bunch of people watch it as kids, but nobody pays attention to ratings. But nobody watches it. I don't know. But okay. But point overall is that yeah, I do hate that because in Dragon Ball Super, you have like in the latest arc, basically they have like this song that comes on in the Japanese, in the sub and everything. Like that version of the song sounds awesome. Like I love that. I love that sound of the song. But then you have this cover of a song that made it into the dubbed version. I'm like, this sounds nothing like the original. Like, okay, if you were just to make one that even sounds good, I would have been okay with it. I would have been tolerable. I'd be like, all right, that's fine. But that one doesn't have the same pacing, doesn't have the same energy. It just sounds like some random guy, some random YouTuber just like sitting in front of his mic trying to sing the song. Like, no, you did terrible. I'm sorry, random person out there who did it, but geez, like, you shouldn't have gotten into the show. I think it should have been someone else who got that dubbed version. Or just, hey, don't dub the freaking music. Freaking keep the subbed version. It's not going to kill you. We don't need to understand the lyrics to the song. We just need to hear it and say that it sounds badass. It does not sound badass in a crappy look. Yeah, Emily. She does pretty good at that. She does definitely pretty good. Like I said, when it comes to like the good English translated versions of songs that I find good. Like I'll mention them again. Emily. Oh God, don't destroy your thing there. Emily. I think it's Megami 33. I think that's what it is. Let's see, Megami 33, Studio Yuriki. Yuriki. I don't know how to pronounce that, but I guess. Uh, Caleb Hollis isn't too bad in the stuff he does. But yeah, just for the stuff. I mean, a lot of like dub actors actually started out as musicians or vocalists. Like that's actually how they started out originally, and then they got brought into it. I think is kind of how Emily got in. Yeah, Vic does music, which like, yeah, they know how to like do different pitches and everything with their voice. That they have good control over their voice, so they can do good at either doing like an impression type of deal or changing it if the character demands it or something like that. So in that case, that's good. If you hire me, you're not going to get anywhere good. Just telling you now. Don't. Okay, I'm not trying to say any indie like game studio who needs a voice. That's fine because you can easily do your normal voice. That's good. But like a super professional like anime or something that requires you to do like super crazy stuff, like I wouldn't say don't hire me in comparison to some professional actor that you can get instead. That wouldn't work. That would not work. That's not a good idea. 30 really, but yeah. It's horrible. And then I mean, so that's what I don't. That's one thing I never understood about it. Like they drag out fights so much because it's like you have in Z, they had a whole like arc where fight. It's like, oh hey, the planet will explode in 5 minutes. Yeah. That took 30 episodes roughly to explode. So you had like 30 episodes of a 5 minute period. Like, how does that work? And then you have in Super where it's like, oh, you have this tournament that's going on for 48 minutes. How long is that in episode time? Roughly 100. Or not really 100. It's like 50? 50 episodes maybe? I think it starts like episode 80 and it's like 130 something. So somewhere around there. There's a lot of points in the episode where they're just like having like a staring contest for like, a minute or two straight. And just like they're just sitting there like, we're gonna battle. We're just gonna sit here. Or just like they're just like sitting there staring, just like a music thing, just like staring, just camera moving around, like get on with it. The one thing I hate about freaking about Dragon Ball and a lot of not mostly just Super. They mostly do it in that show and the other stuff they didn't do it too much. But anyway, that's basically all we got to say about that stuff. But how dare you? uh, yeah. That's a reference back to when we were talking about when we did the Blank Dream stuff. I made a joke of how she would like stare into mirrors, and I made a joke where she just stares at people judgmentally. So, like, stare. Yeah, we just basically kept saying it. So, I'm sure a lot of our jokes got old in that, but it had to be done. But yeah, one. The other guy, I don't know. I think all he wanted to do was just sit down and have a beer. I don't really think it was much of a grand thing. No. Okay. Just loud. Just loud. Mm, you just sound like somebody in like a. You just sound like someone in like a 2006 or seven attempt at abridging something, which in this case means not that great. Hmm. Oh yeah, she's not that bad. Uh, yeah, I mean, I kind of want to do more of this type of deal where just like jump in, say, forget about the topics, we'll start randomly thinking of the stuff on top of our head. I mean, there's not really much to talk about. Yeah, great conversations that we didn't even think to talk about during the podcast. And it's like, we're sitting there for maybe 2 hours after it had already ended. Like, maybe we should have been talking about this while it was going. Like, yeah, probably. Yes, it's just not that great. It's pretty bad. And to go on about what Hilligam is on about here, since still reading chat, nothing else to do. Well, I mean, saying that pulled a muscle and everything, like, hey, I got another feeling. I started work recently, and uh, that was not fun. Hey, wow, some personal attacks going on in this podcast. But just say that, nah, whatever. I want to see you come and do this job. I want to see you do this job. And I don't think you would do very well. Just saying. Not saying that it's an extremely hard job. I'm saying that it's just like the pacing and having to do this fast and having to lift however much I have to is not very well. Do you want to have to lift like up to like go from like 70 to 100 pounds of stuff, having to pick that up, which you go and try to convert that over to your grams. I know, that's why I'm saying transfer that over to your kilograms. So, well then don't. I'm just you can just listen to the way that Americans say stuff. So again, that many pounds and then have to throw that over. Like having to like both create like stack up a wall and then throw those over the wall and then have to make like a giant freaking fort or like stack of stuff and set the lift on that high over your head just to put it over there. Don't see that working for you because even I have some trouble with that one. Yeah, I know that you use metric, buddy. I know. I can tell. You know, we have to use the imperial system, which makes no sense. I don't really understand America, honestly. I really don't, because like we basically changed everything. It's just like the entire world. We use Celsius, we use meters, liters, grams, all this stuff, and then we come along like Fahrenheit, inches, gallons, quarts, pounds, like ounces. Just like why is all this thrown in here? Yeah. Possible. No. But anyway, off to, I guess, yet another topic, because not much to go on about. We were just on about the anime thing. I think we should do the other anime related thing, which obviously only I can talk about because you don't know much about it. Well, you can literally just search up a thing, and also it is literally on the trend everywhere. It is trending everywhere. It is. Wait, what are you on about? It's Italian. Yeah, it's Italian. It's Italian. That's why it has a song called Italian Boys. Literally, yeah, it does have a song that's called that. Anyway, you should. It's good music. Anyway, well, you should. It's good. Do you have other stuff you listen to that sounds somewhat similar? Go for it. Anyway, to go on about what we're on about. So the topic here is something that recently came around, which is some leaked audio from the Funimation studio, which in this case would be about Dragon Ball, because like it was leaked audio from something of Dragon Ball, which I did have a listen to earlier, and I was just sitting there like, the hell is with these guys? Like, the fuck? It kind of sounds like something that would be in like a TFS episode. It's like in an abridged thing. It kind of feels like some of that would be there, which is funny because the actor for like Goku in Dragon Ball doesn't like TFS at all. Like doesn't really like him. Things like they're just not that good or whatever. Like just does I don't know. He's kind of a jerk. A lot of people say he's kind of a jerk. So there's that bit. Um, well, I mean, it's not really that. I mean, I think one of the things that he said was that he doesn't particularly like them because it's like getting into Dragon Ball is like his life thing. Like it's not that he wanted to do that because obviously he had no idea what it was when he got into it, but it's just like it's become his career, it's become his life deal, and it's just like these guys coming out of nowhere and just like making fun of the whole thing, and so he's just like not really a big fan of it. But regardless, people that can I don't really know if it's about to make fun of it. Just it's just something along those lines. Regardless, so people at conventions and stuff say that he's just a dick. They just say that. Like, okay. Like I wouldn't know because I've never seen him, but I'm just saying that. All right. Point overall is back to the leaked audio. In a way, it does seem like it'd be something from the bridge, but at the same time, it doesn't. It seems like they were going kind of further with it. They're going really further into it. Like they had a bunch of different stuff that just made no sense. Like we'll say that, like I said, the voice actor Goku did in the Goku voice did a lot of stuff that was basically I guess now they would say it's a homophobic slur, but the word I'm thinking of, the one that starts with F. That obviously is a bundle of sticks. That definition. So like him saying that a lot, calling Goku's son that, like saying that he is that, and I'm not gonna say the word obviously because then I'm obviously gonna get an issue from Twitch or something. But there's that, and then well, I'm saying like I I'm just saying in general that when it comes to like Twitch, they're obviously gonna come down on me because I'll say it. Yeah, because it's a derogatory word, so it's like it's a bad thing to say now. But anyway, he says that I don't think so actually, but I don't know. But anyway, he said okay, so he said all that stuff, and then there was like an incest joke in it as well, like from like Goku's wife in the show, like the voice actor that did like an incest joke, and like with the son. It's like okay, like there was that kind of joke in TFS, which you haven't got to yet. Like you haven't gotten to that joke, but like there I don't know if she was expanding upon that idea or she just came up with it out of nowhere. It's like, okay, did that, and let's see. I'm trying to think of the other stuff that. Okay, the person who does, you remember? Okay, uh, remember when I was talking about in Discord about the assassination classroom, the Kiro Sensei dub actor? When I was talking about him, uh, anyway, but Sunny Straight. Uh, that's actually the first name drop. I didn't even say the names of the other guys. But the person who does Krillin in this case did kind of like a joke, but is I'm perfectly okay with because he just like said bitch a few times. He's just like, oh, they just don't want to pay this, so just like made a little funny joke, and then at the end he's like, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. So like he actually apologizes for it. So I'm like, okay, his joke I'm cool with, like he's fine. Then for like 3 or 4 minutes, I don't know, somebody freaking, I think it was the guy who does like a bunch of different voices, Sabbath, like just does like a whole segment of like some like homosexual sex scene or something, like just like full thing of different voices doing that, like different characters and everything. Like, what the hell is going on in this thing? Okay, I said that yes. he did like a full voice like thing because he can voice different characters in the show, and like he did that with like different characters and everything in that deal, and I'm like, what in the hell is going on at that studio? And this is the same studio that fired Vic Mignogna, by the way. For okay, they did it for many different reasons that people were throwing out in the air. Here's a couple of reasons. One reason would be that the kind of stuff that he did there is completely inappropriate, or the jokes he said or whatever would be inappropriate to their like policies. Like, okay, you're gonna say that you just had a bunch of all of those jokes in that leaked audio, and you can tell it's them. Yeah, like saying like homophobic and all this other stuff, and then you have freaking Goku over here saying uh, freaking derogatory terms for like homophobic terms and all that other stuff. Like, okay, now you're just getting too into that. Yeah. Well, no, I mean that. I mean that's. I feel like it's still fine. Doesn't matter if you're a comedian or not. It's just the point that their policy state otherwise. Like that entire deal that you're not really supposed to be going full on joke that long. For example, I mean when it comes to when I said Sunday Straight, uh, his joke I was perfectly okay with. Like, I feel like his is actually fine. It was just joking around or whatever, and there's no real, it doesn't really hurt anybody. I don't really see the point of getting offended there. But then every other bit, it's just like, what the hell? I mean, why take like freaking, you know, 5 minutes of people's time going through some sexual joke? My God. Yeah, that entire bit's just completely stupid. Mm. Yeah. Well, technically, it never was good for you, but that's just what they thought. Again, it never was. Oh yeah. Mm. Yeah, I'm just letting you go for it. Like I'm only gonna interrupt. Alright. Oh, there's a bunch of other. There's a bunch. I forgot. There was actually a bunch of other like stuff that leaked audio that I completely forgot about. I mean, it's just basically the. It's basically around the same thing, just sexual stuff and everything. But I'm just like, geez, more sexual jokes from people. Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to read an article right now more about this because like there's more to it that I'm not entirely sure about. But I've kind of heard another story about the whole Vic Mignogna thing. That one of the reasons possibly that he got fired was because of a joke. It was literally because of a joke, which was apparently something about one of the people signed a jelly bean with their name on it, and then he ate it and said, "Oh, I ate," and then said this person, said the person's name, and so it got taken all out of order. So I'm like, wait, what? Like, I'm just seeing this now as I'm looking through this. Like, wait, why is that a thing? If that is anywhere near true, I think I do want to leave this world because I don't understand what the hell is wrong with people. I I I highly doubt that's a reason, but I'm just saying like what? I mean, they're playing. Yeah. Let's see. Oh yeah. Okay. This shit's going. Let's see. Let's see. Okay, I'm kind of like scrolling down this like deal and everything. Of course, it's people. It's kind of like trying to rationally explain the whole thing with the leaked audio of them doing all that. Like, in a way, yeah, it's kind of right. Like, they're just making purposely offensive jokes, and not actually, probably homophobes or whatever. It's like they're just doing it just for the hell of it. But it's like you don't really want to hear a character just start saying that. In some cases, it's funny. In other cases, it's like, what the hell is wrong with you? And in some cases, it's both. I mean, yeah. Let's see. I just got. Hmm. Oh, yeah. Hmm. I mean, the last actual last week or the last episode? What are you on about? I mean, last episode was the game violence and stuff. I think we just had that as a conversation. But yeah, that is rather stupid, honestly. Mm. Uh, James Gunn. Yeah, they found like a few like offensive tweets that were like years ago, like 10 or something. I don't remember how long ago it was. It was like many years ago, maybe five. I forget what it was. 2013 or something, like way before that. It was like quite a while ago he made those jokes, but that was like way before he got involved in Marvel and Disney and stuff like that. So it was way before. I don't understand the point of doing that because honestly, after the years, you're definitely going to grow up and you're going to realize, okay, yeah, obviously those are stupid tweets. Should never post them, whatever, and just like move on from that. Like that's in his case, that's what happened. Is he's nothing like that person anymore. He's completely somebody else, completely better. But no, they're like, oh, he made these offensive tweets back in the day. He shouldn't be associated with Disney or Marvel. Like, yeah, something he did way back, and he's nothing like now. Oh yeah. I mean, I was like trying to read this, and yeah, I don't know. In reality, like I said, it's not that I mean, to go straight back to the whole Funimation leak thing. It's just like I don't really see that as like, oh god, they're terrible people or anything. I just think like, okay, you guys are. That's just like really weird. I mean, all right. Oh, you've seen the bloopers of some of the stuff that like dubbing studios have done. Like, they do bloopers and stuff, which this wasn't a blooper. It was just random stuff they just randomly decided to say. Like, okay, yeah, I mean that's probably because just like we don't really see that type of happening. It's just like, oh, you have to if you're gonna be like some super popular character, you got to be professional about it and all that stuff. Like I get making some jokes here and there, but it's like when you go a little too far, which in this case I think that last bit of the audio, like I said, a huge like gay sex scene basically, which like that I feel kind is a little far. That's kind of far. Like I no. He basically shipped all the characters that he voices except for like maybe three or four. Like, okay, you do you, but okay. Right. I don't know. I mean, I get it just making jokes. That it's fine. It's just like I'm like, okay, you went a little far with that one. There's plenty of things you can. I mean, if anyone's wanting to just randomly listen to it, honestly, you could just. It's easy to search up. It's literally just Funimation audio link. Yeah, I'll someone's in because if you're gonna just don't play that out for your family to listen because that's not the best idea. This kind of reminds me of when I used to play World War Zombies with True. My ping would just skyrocket every time we played. It'd go from like 200 to 900. Jesus. So that's a lot. Wait, 24K. That's hold up, hold up. How much? I gotta see this. Okay, millisecond, 2 second. Oh, oh, that's just 24 seconds. Okay. No, that is some terrible pain. 24 seconds of pain. Did it? It does that sometimes. Just give it a minute. Okay. YouTube will just generally, go back and forth. So for anyone randomly there, yeah, sorry. Stream just when we went down and up. I don't know if that's like Restream that does that or the individual things. I don't know. Could have been my connection. Yeah. Yeah, imagine playing with 6 minutes of ping. Like, okay, there's just like a bunch of stuff that makes no sense when it comes to ping. Like, Jesus. I don't know. But yeah, there's not much else to talk about the whole bleak audio. Point being, you can just look that up. I'll send Sweet a link, whatever. Um, what time is it? Ugh, I don't know if I want to. Yeah. Well, we do have one more. No. Oh, we do have one more discussion topic. Yeah, but I mean, this one is just something that's coming up recently, and I already have stuff to talk about when it comes to it. So, I feel like I feel like it. I'm just saying, I feel like in 2 weeks it won't really. I don't know. I mean, it's working. It's working fine now, but it does go back and forth. I don't know. Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and try to talk about this, and hopefully it doesn't lag out on both of our ends. It probably will, but yeah. So this discussion little topic is about something that obviously is always a big freaking problem everywhere when it comes to the world of gaming. No matter what, this is always a freaking thing people are gonna start arguing about. Console wars. Just why does that have to exist? You know? I don't really understand. No. To me, nothing is the best. There is no best. It's just you're playing good games on a platform in general. That's it. There is no better console to me. There is no better thing. It's just I want to play a certain game and it's over here. Okay, I'm getting it. That's it. Graphics wise and mostly performance wise, if you have a good PC in general. In a way, that kind of works with a lot of stuff. I mean, when it comes to some games, a lot of games are better with controller or on a console. Like let's say certain arcade games or something. Like they're not very well on PC. They don't really work very good. I mean, sure, shooters and stuff like that. Like you'll probably want if you want the absolute best experience, you're gonna want to get it on PC. But if it's like some kind of platformer or I don't know, dungeon crawler game, I don't know, arcade game, something like that, it's better just get on a console because you just have actual face buttons and all that stuff to mess with, and it plays much better. And so that's actually meant for an analog stick. But ow, you can't. Yeah, that is hard. Also, going forward and backwards, like it's not as easy. I mean, you have to. Let's say this for example. Say for example, you're playing GTA 5. Obviously, performance and everything, it's great on PC. Everything just like look, it will like perform way better there if you have a good one. But when it comes down to it, it's better to play on a controller or have the steering wheel if you're going to be actually driving a lot because it has a more refined focus doing it. But if you're going to go a certain speed, then you have to like hold or tap the like tap forward or something. It just like it doesn't work too great. especially if you're playing on a freaking RP server, because half the time you're gonna get like 60 tickets in 5 minutes if you don't freaking adjust your speeds. I don't know. But to go back over like the actual topic of console wars, everybody just goes crazy of like, oh hey, Xbox is better. Oh, PS4 is better. Oh god, Xbox sucks. Like stupid fanboys, all that crap. Everybody gets so toxic about it. Like, can you just not? Not wrong. Mhm. That is one thing that kind of annoys me in a way is that Nintendo is like the biggest exclusive hog. Like, sure, they have a lot of like indie games that are coming over now, or like games that are coming over now that are like ported over or whatever. So you have a multi-platform stuff, so good, I guess. But then you have the exclusive stuff where it's just like, I really wish I could just play it on something else. Like, it would be great to play Zelda or Mario or something on a freaking PC, like the new one's coming out. Play it on PC officially, not have to freaking get an emulator or something to get to that. And then have to wait a year and a half just for it to actually get fully optimized. It's not fun. Well, I mean, you can still do the emulator stuff anyway, depending. Like the only way you really get the game, unless obviously you're gonna freaking go find it on the internet, which, sure, you can do that, but wouldn't really suggest it. You always just dump it from your console. Yeah. I got distracted by my keyboard because it's fun. It's fun. I like my keyboard. It's so shiny. RGB chrome. Yeah. You, you need that freaking that freaking whatever it is, the ADHD shirt, whatever it's called. I know you need the shirt that's like ACDC, the highway to hell. It's like I'm on the wait no wait hold on. I think it's like highway to hey look it's like hey look a squirrel. It's like okay, you can probably use one of those. Yeah, definitely use it. Okay, but back to the console. I don't I don't know. I don't really get it. And then there's a bunch of other people that just kind of pisses me off at how toxic they really get about it on certain things. Let's say, for example, uh, no. Okay, let's say for example in this. So Neil Druckmann, which I believe is the VP to Naughty Dog. I think he's like the VP to that. I know he's a part of Naughty Dog. I just don't know what his position is. I don't know if it's CEO or VP or something. But point is that, and recently posted on Twitter about how he was going to play Gears 5 on Xbox. Like, oh hey, during this, like do that. You know, someone who is part of a studio that is exclusive to PlayStation but is playing an Xbox game. And everyone else is like, "Oh God, freaking like, it's like, why the hell are you playing that? You're a PlayStation company, you're part of that. You shouldn't be able to play freaking Xbox stuff. Like, what? You know what? I don't really understand the point of exclusive either. I mean, the only real point of an exclusive title is how much you're gonna get paid from the studio from like the platform themselves to do it. Or you're lazy. If it's like an indie developer, like, oh, I just want to make it for this platform, it's like, okay, I mean, that's fine. But then you have other ones that are like, oh, hey, we're gonna buy your studio, or hey, we want you to just make it for ours. Don't make it for anything else. Like, here's this. I mean, yeah, because Halo. Well, that's because Halo is a Microsoft product. It was always that. It was always just like, well, it's because Microsoft was publishing Halo at the time. So, because before, just to get quickly into that little topic, a little side topic, before Halo was going to Mac because that's what they're on at the time, and then Microsoft comes in to help publish, so they get put over to the original Xbox, and then later down the line, Bungie splits with Microsoft, and then they, for some stupid reason, decide to go with Activision as a publisher, and then that shit happens for freaking what, almost 6 years? Almost 6 years they have that, or five, I don't know. And then uh, they just knew it was a bad practice because like Activision was basically just controlling about it. I mean, they were controlling about what Bungie could do and couldn't do with the game and everything. Like, it was that type of terrible crap. And then they just said, okay, we're just going to go by ourselves, which is funny because now if you look, it'll show on Destiny 2, if you go to like the Blizzard app or something, it'll say, uh, what is it, developer Bungie, publisher Bungie. It won't show Activision anymore. Like, it just shows Bungie on both. Like, yes, good job, guys. I mean, it's gonna be it's gonna be free to play for all platforms when it comes to the main game and the first two DLCs. Then the other ones, which is Forsaken and Shadowkeep, those are gonna be like paid season stuff, I guess. Yeah. Yeah, I don't have that, but regardless, like those you have to get on your own. I think what happens with me, from what I actually figured out, is on PC I didn't own. This is another off topic. I will get back to the thing in a minute. I'm sorry. This is just it's something worth talking about, I guess. Well, the freaking cross save thing came out. It's kind of weird because I didn't own the first two DLCs on PC. I only owned it on console. But when I made my Xbox profile, my characters be the main ones for every platform, then it just brought my DLC as well. So I just got those for free. Like, oh, okay. Even though they're gonna be free next month because now it's September. I don't think they're gonna have cross-play, but they're gonna have cross-save, obviously. I just don't know about cross-play. In a way, it doesn't really matter because it's gonna be free to play and it's cross-save. So if you were, say, for me, example, I'd be on Xbox and I'd be playing. I have my characters there. If I want to play with you, I could just install it on PS4 real quick, and my character's already there, good to go. So it's not really much of a big deal. If you're gonna play normally, I think you need plus if you're gonna. I don't know if you need it to play cooperatively. Before you did need it for some stuff, not a lot. That's the thing between like Xbox and PS that PS4 kind of pisses me off. Yeah, if you're gonna play online on anything except for surprisingly Destiny on some stuff. So another part of the console war that I will admit is completely valid arguments of why you like this console better. When it comes to Xbox versus like PS4 or just PlayStation, I guess in this case, with PS Plus, like let's say demos or betas or whatever, you do not need Plus to their membership to actually play online. You don't need it, and in some games you don't need it in general. But then when you go to Xbox, it's like, oh no, you need gold. You need to pay that $10 a month extra just to actually play your beta. Like really? Or unless you decide, oh hey, I'm going to somehow get a 14-day trial off some sketchy CD key website, like that'll work. I mean, the best way. Yeah. I mean, the best way to do that is just the $15 a month thing, so you can get both the gold and Game Pass. Because obviously, that honestly is a really good deal. Because at that point, you don't need to even buy any games. because you already get like over 100 for that $15 a month. So you get over 100, you can just keep playing like a ton of games, especially really, I mean, every first party game on the console that's exclusive to Xbox goes to Game Pass as soon as it's released. So, all the better titles and all the good indie titles and stuff like that are right there. $15 a month. Don't have to pay extra for good games. It's kind of a good way to go. And you have gold right away, so you can play online with anybody. So if you were to get an Xbox at any point, that'd be oh, also Game Pass now on PC. It kind of goes back to like the subscription type games, like let's say World of Warcraft, for example. Before, that's all it was, but just you could possibly get like a 30-day trial or something for a new email or something. But then it was like, oh, you needed to pay a subscription fee just to play this game, which I guess in some case that's fine because that's how the hell you get your money. But yeah, and then in this case, let's say with like I was saying with Destiny, you have if you're just playing normal story just by yourself and everything, that's fine. You can perfectly play that and you can run into random online players just like in the middle of playing. You don't have to use any gold for that or plus or whatever. That should be fine. But I think it's when you go into like like bigger co-op stuff, like if you're trying to get friends to join you or what's called like strike missions or the PvP mode, stuff like that. All that stuff actually does require gold and plus. Yeah, when you go to a mission, it should say, like, plus required. Because at that point, like I said, I mean, when October comes around, if I have enough space on my PS4, I'll install it. Man, that is something we could do. I mean, we could stream it more, but the problem there is I have to do the freaking integrated stream again, and that still pisses me off. Here's another point of why Xbox is better than PS4. The freaking PS4 audio system is completely screwy as hell. It's god awful, and I hate it. I don't understand why that made it so convoluted. It makes no sense. Like you have okay, if you are one of those people who like to plug your earphones into your controller, that'll work fine for your Xbox. You can and say you're like record with a capture card or something or stream that way. So that works fine. You'll get audio perfectly fine that way on an Xbox. If you do on PS4, all the audio routes to your controller, none goes to the TV. You will not get a single bit of audio there. Mm. It might change once all that comes around because it might have been like an Activision forced thing. So we'll see. But yeah, but only Bungie, obviously, it'll say that they're the developer, but I'm saying that it'll say Activision Publishing somewhere. If it doesn't say that, then they've already flipped it. I need to get an external hard drive for my PS4. Even if it's just two, I mean, it's something. I got a 3 terabyte for my Xbox One, and it's almost full because I have a ton of games there. Uh, I don't know. I mean, the only thing I like to do is just to watch that. I don't really like playing it much. I mean, I played it a bit. I played in the beta and all that stuff, and I played a little bit of the actual main game, and I'm just like, I don't really like this too much. It's not my style, and I don't really like PvP games to begin with. I don't. Makes no sense. But that's one thing I kind of hate that when it comes to both Xbox One and PS4, that was their practice to have this. And yes, again, it helps keep their servers running because they have to have a lot of money income in order to actually have servers for games that are going to be lasting years. So in a way, I guess I get that. But then you have Nintendo over there, which for the longest time wouldn't go through that practice, not at all. But then they're like, "Oh, hey, we're now announcing Nintendo Live." Like, "Oh, you son of a!" Like, you join the hate circle. Boring. Boring. Yeah, I don't like MOBA. Anyway. Uh, I don't know. Okay, if you were looking at the Destiny like store thing, it's gonna say plus required in a lot of it, but I've seen when I was actually on it playing and everything. It's just that, like I said, certain modes require it, while a lot of other stuff is perfectly fine. I could actually, if I have any friends who have normal. No, 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 not that, not that. I'm saying, I'm saying if any of my friends actually have the first Destiny, then I can quickly check that because I think it's the same between both of them. I have the first Destiny already. I have like all of it for PS4 because I bought the complete edition or whatever. So it just gives you everything. But yeah, yeah. Circling. Hmm, yeah. Did you say Warframe doesn't need plus? Yeah, I think you mentioned that. I don't know, but yeah, you good. But yeah, that's just a lot of stuff I don't know when it comes down to. I guess it's like valid points, but there's just a lot of people going crazy with the whole thing. Oh, all right. Let's see. Um, yeah. What was I gonna say? Trying to think. Oh yeah, another story back to like someone on one side playing another side's game is, for example, look at Xbox with Nintendo. They have like a whole buddy system now, basically. I mean, if you can imagine playing, I mean, I mentioned this way before, but again, playing Minecraft on Nintendo Switch while getting achievements on Xbox Live. That's a thing, and it's really weird. And also, those two have crossplay. PS4 doesn't even have a freaking Bedrock edition of Minecraft. Yeah, no, which is really annoying because the Xbox One edition of Minecraft is actually discontinued. They're just like, oh, we're no longer gonna make this because you have the Bedrock edition coming out and it's crossplay, so you don't want to play this version. Like, but I want to play that version because it's much more fun. It was actually pretty nice. Yeah, yeah, that type of build. I've the 4J edition. I mean, it's like on everything. I think like that the 4J edition because 4J Studios made it like on 360, one PS4, PS3, and Wii U. It should have. I mean, yeah. And instead, it's just like, oh no, we just want to get this other Bedrock edition, which was literally just Pocket Edition upgraded. That was it. And like nobody wanted Pocket Edition. It sucks. I don't know. If I'm not mistaken, Modern Warfare is supposed to be crossplay. Yeah, the new one. It's supposed to be crossplay, from what I heard. I've heard like a bunch of people say that they're planning on making it crossplay. Which, if that is the case, then hey, I could be on Xbox, you could be on PS4, we're good. If that's the case. Hmm. Well, I mean, they kind of do that now. I mean, they were against it before, but now after like freaking the longest time of pushing for it, they're like, okay, we give in. You can do crossplay, and it's just well, that's the thing. It's developer dependent. Like it's just if a developer wants to make it that way, which Fortnite obviously was a fine enough choice, I guess, because it's already a thing. I mean, it kind of is because the Bedrock uh, the Bedrock edition is obviously owned and created by Microsoft, and if they were to get on PS4, they're not going to get trophies. They're going to get Xbox Live achievements off of it. So it's not a good thing to have. I mean, they can because it's integrated into the Bedrock version. Like it's now an integrated system to use Xbox Live servers. And while yes, PlayStation will be using Microsoft's Azure servers, it's like I'm using Xbox Live servers. There's two different sections. So I guess no. Actually, no. I think it was Sony who agreed on the deal to use the Azure servers, and then PlayStation's like, no, we didn't agree to that at all. That was Sony on our part. So PlayStation was mad about that, while Sony was bringing in the gold, I guess. Well, that's kind of the same thing when it comes to a few things. It's just like different studios doing their own thing, I guess. But yeah, it's kind of funny because if you think about it, we have Sony owning PlayStation and Microsoft going with Xbox. Nintendo's just Nintendo. They're their own thing. I mean, they have well, they didn't really own it. They were in a partnership. They were doing like the yeah, they wanted to add a disc system to the SNES, I think, and then yeah, that didn't pan out. And then I don't know where in the Nintendo 64, like, oh hey, we're gonna add a disc system to that, which, by the way, would have been probably horrible because those were on floppy drives. That'd have been horrible. But yeah, it's kind of funny because if I remember correctly, uh, people are very upset about how high priced consoles are these days. I think a PS2 when it came out was like $400. Yeah, that was a high price back then, and people still paid. That was a higher price back then because people didn't get paid that much. So it was like, it's like that's too expensive. Like it should be like 200 or 300. Like a PS2 used to be like $400 back in the day, and you weren't complaining when you bought that crap. I think a PS3 was like 800 or something because it was a PS3 and PS2, and I think the one also because it had the backwards compatibility drive, which God rest its soul because it's just gone now. They got rid of that after like Gen 2. It's kind of funny in that case that I never understood that when it comes to a lot of new consoles. But like, oh, you can't do backwards compatibility in the same way. Like you, you know, emulation's a thing, right? And because you guys created it, it's way easier to like optimize for your system. I mean, that's what Microsoft did because they put in an emulator for the 360 and the original into the one, so now you can play the classic games in the catalog. And PS4 somewhat does that with the PS Now stuff, so you can play like old PlayStation 2 games. So that's somewhat the same, but not exactly. It's kind of more broken. Yeah. Well, that's because Game Pass is a download. It's not a streaming thing, which is why PlayStation now kind of transferred from just streaming to both. I guess like streaming and downloading. Hmm. Yeah. I'm really wanting to try Game Pass on PC, but I don't think I have enough space. Because I mean, I really want to try it because I do have Game Pass Ultimate. So obviously, again, it'd be nice to try. I don't know how much space I have. Okay, I have 40 gigabytes on my internal, so I could do that. No, I want to try it, which I probably will tomorrow because I can right now. Because as soon as we end this, I'm going to be going to sleep. Which I guess, yeah. Let's end this in the next 5 minutes. 20 minutes later. Yeah. 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 Uh-huh. Basically, just clear up on the whole console war thing. I mean, that's a thing. Another thing I was gonna mention is like one of the like executives of Xbox was playing PS4 games, and people thought, "Oh God, that's weird." Like, how is it weird? I don't know. I guess just people think that when you are a part of this company, you're only allowed to play that company's games, not anything else. Like, gamers first, employees second. That is the thing. You are allowed to do whatever you do. It's not like, oh, you're contracted to only play these games, and if you or this console, if you play another console, then you're fired. Like, what the hell kind of company would do that? You get sued immediately if that was part of the contract, because that is a free deal. You definitely get it. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, if you want to play any of the Naughty Dog games, you got to be on PS4. If you want to play now any of the Insomniac games, because that was recently purchased by Sony, so Insomniac now can only do, or I don't really think it's now, but basically it's just that it's very much likely exclusive only to PS4 when it comes to games, which I think the only like Xbox Insomniac game that was available was Sunset Overdrive. I think that's the only game that they did on Xbox, but I don't know. But yeah. Well, no. Well, that depends on the thing that you're on about, because well, it wasn't entirely exclusive. There were still ports to PC because it was a Microsoft product, so they were allowed to do that. It just kind of stopped after two. Because with Halo One, it was you made the Xbox version, then GameSpy, or no, was it GameSpy or Gearbox? Gearbox ported it over to PC. Horrible port, by the way. And then we had Halo 2 after that, and then it got ported to PC for freaking Windows Vista for some stupid reason. Which I mean, it was literally called Halo 2 for Windows Vista. Like, why add on that little mark? But it got that, and it had a stupid Games for Windows Live crap on it, which you can take off now. There's a way to take that off, but that's on PC. Still kind of a bad port, by the way. I mean, it fixed a lot of the issues that the original Xbox One had, but at the same time, it's like those issues made it fun. Why'd you take them away? Yeah, just like some bugs, like they create the experience, like they really do. And then there's that's the thing in Halo 2, super jumping. Like if you were to jump and then land on a certain like vertex or something, which obviously like a little polygon triangle. Uh, Basically, if you just like hit that, I don't know where your character will just fly super high up in the sky. Like it's really weird, but it happens, and that was basically taken away in Vista. You have to do like some other stupid crap. Yeah, I wouldn't really know. I don't. Yeah, that's another thing because we were talking about like patching stuff that creates the experience or whatever. In a way, I do get that in a lot of ways, like like the bugs or glitches that just make it. Then there's the part where it's just bad ports. Like I mentioned before in this, I'm gonna just, I guess, just create this a whole new topic because screw it, we're done with the other one. But this whole being of like the way the stupid Halo ports went, which made no freaking sense and was stupid. The reason why they're horrible ports is because they just had terrible like bugs that made no sense. Like let's say in the sky of one of the levels, there's supposed to be like fog or whatever. It's supposed to look like a natural sky. In the port, it's just like a white void. If you look up, just a white void up there. Like what the hell happened? How did you break? How did you not do that correctly? Um, and then another stuff would be like bad was it bit mapping or bump mapping, basically like on the wall little details they're supposed to poke out a little bit, but instead it's just a flat image, like a flat texture, so it looks kind of bleh. Point is, that stuff happens. And the bad point about that little bit is that well, the real annoying thing about the PC versions of the games is that they're not co-op compatible. Halo 2 has like a co-op mod, which I have done a tutorial about, but it's very buggy, very crashy. It'll crash like all the time. But it's like it's not co-op compatible. It's like, why not? Was with PC gamer like PC games in the old days, like, oh, you're on a PC, you don't need to play co-op with friends, like that's a console thing. Like, no, it's not. We want to play co-op. Like, why not? Help us out. Why? Because it's a tutorial there. That. Oh, that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. What was I gonna say? Pretty much. Especially when it comes to freaking Halo Gamer. Freaking posts everything in there that makes no sense. Uh, no. The thing about ports, though, that really just the last thing about a Halo port was like when they were put into MCC, when I never understood, they didn't fix what really broke a game. So to explain for you in this case, uh, you basically have skulls, which are difficulty multipliers. So a skull can like create a different effect in a game. So let's say one skull can raise an enemy's like health, or another one can make it to where your shields or your health won't regen until you punch somebody in the face, which is pretty funny, but that's a thing. Uh, Basically you have that type of stuff. And let's see what else thinking of. There's a skull called Iron, where if you turn it on, if you're playing solo and you die, you have to restart the entire level. If you're playing co-op and you die, you have to go back a checkpoint. So you go back to the last checkpoint basically. And in the second Halo game, you have it where if you're playing on legendary with co-op, even if you don't have that skull turned on, no matter what, if you die, you will go back to the last checkpoint. I never understood that. It was always so broken, and when they put it into the new MCC, like, nope, they didn't even try to fix it. They just left it as is. Like, why? It's like a remastering of a game being didn't fix. If you play Halo 2, you'd probably find that extremely freaking broken. For some reason, it's everybody's favorite game. I don't get it. I guess, but it's like everyone's like, "Oh, Halo 2 had a great story. It had great multiplayer. It had all this other stuff." Like, dude, Halo 2 is the most broken out of all of them. Like, the reason is because the game was so rushed when it was in development. I think they like had 16 months of development or something, and it got scrapped, and then they had to restart. Like, they had a huge bit, and just like the whole game got scrapped and restarted, and it was rushed. So a lot of it's broken. Like, you're not supposed to jump as high as you do. Uh, the little button combos you could do to quickly reload or something isn't supposed to be there. The legendary thing I told you is not supposed to be there. Just oh, and if oh yeah, and if you are also playing on legendary, it is a nightmare on two on the second game because you can get one hit punched by an enemy all the time, and that is really horrible. Just one hit kill. You can get instant sniped by some of the enemies. You just be walking down and just dead. No, just, you have no chance to even try to kill that guy. And then there's like one level where it is almost impossible to beat the first area because you're immediately fighting people and you get killed instantly. I figured as much. I'll just mention Well, you ran one on earlier. It's my turn. All I'm saying is that Halo 2 is very broken. So if you're going to be getting that when you get an Xbox later on or whatever, if you do, just know Halo 2 might be pretty broken. Or you could do what everybody else does, get it on your PC because you can do that. And by the way, it does not need that good of a computer. It's the one I was telling you about, the bad port. Like it doesn't need that good of a computer. Well, it's just that it was made around the time for Vista, so they just said like Halo 2 for Vista. But you can actually get the game now. I mean, I can give you the links for it because I mean it's not like bad to have it now. I mean, you can literally just there's a whole thing where you can get like the whole thing set up and have it where you can play multiplayer with people online and all this other crap. But point is, and also the campaign, everything's like right there for you. But yeah, you can just do that if you wanted to. It's pretty broken. At least say if you were going to try the game for the story, other than trying to just break the game and that's it, then at least they get the first Halo first. I say just get the first one. Get what? Oh yeah, get what? Yeah, yeah. It's obviously requires less. Uh, it requires a lower end computer just to do that too. So basically, you're perfect on both of those games. Yeah, we should definitely end. No, oh, let's end now and then talk for 5 minutes. We're just gonna have to end. It's just gonna have to happen. Mhm. I try. Yeah. Uh, Follow us on Twitch. We stream there. I mostly stream there, other than okay, I mostly stream rather than upload. So there is that. So follow on Twitch as well. Yep. I Yeah, you don't really need the mixer. The mixer is just for those who prefer it, who just prefer to use it because that's just like a main thing. I mean, that is a lot of things mixers is used for, but at the same time, there's a lot of people just go there instead and like it better. So like, okay, for you guys, follow me on Mixer. There's that, and nothing much else to say. So, oh yeah, our Discords. Mine should be soon. All right, so that should work. So I have my own command. Hmm? It takes a minute. So it should probably show up on all three, maybe, I'd hope. I don't know. But basically, I just set out saying in the chat right now, I put out the Discord link. So if you want to join, there you go. Should also be in the description for people watching later. Yeah. Yeah. I think there's a link on my Twitch in my Twitch bio. I'm not sure, but I do know in my YouTube channel art there should be a Discord link there. So I gotta fix some of mine because there's some old info in there, especially my internet speeds. It's no longer that high. So yeah, by the way. So yeah, I tell you now though, if you do that Halo stuff, I will absolutely join within a heartbeat just to just to see how much you could break a game without telling you how to break it. It's okay.